How to get credit cards for your new startup. Did you know that your startup can qualify for up to $50,000 to $100,000 in unsecured credit at 0% interest for 12 months? These lines of credit will not report on your personal credit, report on your business credit, and it will also help you build business credit. Did you know that? Let's talk more on this video. How to get credit cards for your new business. What if I told you that your business could qualify for up to $50,000 to $100,000 in unsecured credit cards? What if I also told you that your business could qualify for up to 0% interest rate for up to 12 months on these new credit lines? What if I also told you that these new credit lines will help you quickly start building business credit? As I mentioned, this is for startups, so new businesses also qualify. What if I also told you that with these lines of credit, your new business would only be paying on the amount you use? Unlike a loan where you have to pay principal and interest every single month, you will only be paying on the amounts you use. Stick with me on this video. We're going to talk a little bit more about how you can get these business credit cards for your new business. And also, if you have bad credit, how you can still get funding for your new business. So let's quickly get started. What I'm talking about here is unsecured credit cards for businesses. New businesses also qualify. This is one of the most hidden secrets out there as far as business credit cards, because majority of entrepreneurs don't even know there is such a thing as business credit when they're getting started with the business. So let's just quickly start there first. You must understand there is such a thing as personal credit, as you should know, and there's also something called business credit, where they monitor a business credit score just like they do with personal credit as far as business trade lines, payment history, and things as such. The algorithm is a little bit different, but you need to understand there is personal credit, which there's three major credit bureaus: TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. And there is such a thing as business credit, which there's also three major credit bureaus. There's a little bit different. We have now Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax credit, and we also have Experian credit. So let's quickly go over what it takes to qualify for these business credit cards with all of those benefits that I just mentioned. There's four things that lender look for in order to qualify for new businesses for these business credit cards. And actually, people don't really realize majority of businesses, a lot of your most popular products you use every day were started with business credit cards. So it's one of the most common way that businesses can fund their business, in the most easiest way, because there's no collateral that is required, there's no income verification. Simply what lenders look for is good personal credit. They do look at your personal credit to get you qualified for these business credit cards. The reason why is these credit cards are for brand new businesses. So there's nothing to evaluate on that business because it doesn't have any history. That means that they look at the personal credit, the owner's personal credit. And there's four things they look for. So let's go over them step by step. Number one, they look for negative items on your personal credit. Now, we're talking about late collections, charge-off, bankruptcies, and things as such. Depending on how many they are and how much effect they have on your score, that is one thing they look for. Number two, they look at what we call utilization. Now, utilization is balances relation to limits on all your open personal credit cards. For example, if you have a $1,000 limit, I should say, on a Capital One credit card with a $500 balance, that means you're 50% utilized. For example, that same scenario, if you had a $1,000 limit on that Capital One credit card with a $300 balance, that means you're 30% utilized. So that is the second thing they look for. They want to make sure that your balance in relation to limit is not so high. So you want to make sure that you keep your balances on the low end when you're applying for business credit cards. Number three, they look at what we call age of file. Now, this does not mean your age as far as your birthday. This is the age of your business credit profile. That's why I always tell clients to always quickly start building personal credit, even if you have children as well. As soon as they turn 18, and actually now as early as 16, they can qualify for credit cards. Because this is one of the things that lenders do look at when it comes to business credit in order for you to qualify is your age or your business credit profile. That's the third thing they're going to be looking for. And lastly, they're going to be looking for inquiries. And this kind of goes back to that old joke. Banks only lend money to only people that don't look like they need money. So if you have a lot of inquiries on your credit, you look desperate. And this is going to affect if you qualify for these business credit cards or not. So anyway, just to summarize, there's 4 things the lenders look for in order for you to qualify for these business credit cards, in order for you to get those benefits that I just mentioned. They look at what? Derogatory items. They look at utilization, which is based on your credit cards and your personal credit. And then number 3, they look at your age of file, how long of a credit history you've had. And then number 4, they look at your inquiries. How much and how recent have you been shopping for credit? So those are the 4 things that they look for in order for you to qualify for business credit cards. So now, one of the biggest reasons I hear as to why people are not branching out and actually starting their dream business, they lack the capital that is needed to do so. And with this form of funding, you can quickly now capitalize on your good personal credit and get $50,000 to $100,000 to get your business started and going. I mean, just think about that. $50,000 to $100,000. 0% interest for the first 12 months, 0%. So you can actually focus on actually getting your business profitable instead of worrying about paying your monthly loan payment. That's why I always advise people that this is probably one of the best ways for you to fund your business. Even if you are an established business, I always say that unsecured business credit cards are a good thing to have. Businesses, you never know when you need funding. And the beauty behind this is it does not affect your personal credit. Unlike if you get a personal loan or if you use your personal credit cards to fund your business, this does affect your personal credit. If your balances are too high on that credit card, it does lower your score because 30% of your personal credit score is measured based on your credit card balances. With business credit, the algorithm is completely different. It does not look at the balances in relation to limit like it looks at on the personal credit side. So again, this is literally the most excellent way for you to start and fund your business. And majority of entrepreneurs, they usually think that one of the biggest reasons why they don't start their business is lack of capital. Did you know that some of the biggest brands out there were started by using credit cards to fund their business, just like Airbnb? So if it's money that's holding you back from being an entrepreneur, then this is one form of business funding that you cannot miss out on. You have to jump in on this one. We all know and understand the benefits of being an entrepreneur. You have the freedom of managing your own time. There's the health benefits of being an entrepreneur. You get to basically control your income. And now, we spend so much time at work. 40 plus hours. Some people work 80 hours a week. And at the end of the day, all you have is just that money that you take home. Being an entrepreneur, you get to spend time on building on something that you can actually leave a legacy for your family. A lot of people, this is something that, that really matters. They want to leave a legacy, something for their children. So again, with this form of funding, it allows you to actually take that leap of faith. If you have good credit, you can capitalize on your good credit, get $50,000 to $100,000 in funding, and jump out there and actually get started with your business. So let's quickly go over what it takes and what you need to do in order to get started and get approved for this type of funding as far as business credit cards. Number one, you need to actually go ahead and form your real business. You have to have a real legitimate business, meaning you have to be established with your Secretary of State. So go to your Secretary of State, just do a Google search, your state Secretary of State, and go ahead and form your corporation. This is something that you can do in minutes. Number two, you need to go ahead and get an EIN number. An EIN number, you go to irs.gov. It's something that you can do for free. And as soon as you register your business and you have your certificate with the Secretary of State, go out there and get your EIN number. And as soon as you get your EIN number, go and open a business bank account. You must open a business bank account. You got to start separating your personal from your business. So you must have a business checking account. In addition to that, I want you to go out there and get a merchant account. You can get a merchant account with PayPal. You can get a merchant account with Square within a couple of hours. These are quick merchant accounts that you can set up for your business, because you have to have a way that you can actually accept credit cards for your business. Plus also, and this is another good tip that I want to leave you with, especially for anybody that has bad credit. Let's just say, for example, you're unable to get business credit cards due to the fact that you currently do not have good personal credit. Because again, as we mentioned, the 4 things they look for is mainly focused on your personal credit. But if you do not have good personal credit at this time, you do want to make sure you sign up for 5-Star Merchant. It's a merchant company that quickly you can get funded based on what you process with that merchant company. So I'm going to leave a link below. They can get you approved for funding even with this credit card as low as $500. So I'm going to leave a link below for that for anybody out there that has bad credit at this time. But I would advise you to quickly go ahead and get your personal credit fixed, because it is important as it pertains to help you grow your business as well. So anyway, I'm gonna leave you with that. Hopefully you can appreciate this video. We talked about how to get business credit cards. I mean, come on, $50,000 to $100,000 in unsecured funding, just literally in a couple of days. No collateral needed, no income verification, no time and business requirement. You will only be able to pay on the amounts you use. Because let's just be honest, especially as a new business, you don't know how much money you need. You know, one day you might need 5,000 or 10,000. The next day you might need only 1,000 or so. So with the line of credit, you will only be paying on the amount you use. That's just a big benefit. And one thing that I want to add out there, you have what I say, continuous access. You pay down, you use it again. You pay down, you use it again. Just think about it. If you had a loan, let's just say you got a $50,000 loan. You have to pay on principal and interest on that every single month, okay? A $50,000 line of credit, if you go home with it, you don't pay on anything because you haven't used it. Let's just say you only use $5,000 the first month. You only pay on that $5,000. And once you pay it down, you use it again. So it's an excellent type of funding for a startup business. So you don't have so much pressure. You can actually focus on getting your business profitable. So I want to leave you with that. Again, my name is Brian with Pennington Consulting Group, and we help thousands of entrepreneurs just like yourself quickly start, grow, and expand their businesses. I do have a training that I want to present you with. If you click on the link below, I'm going to provide you some information on that training where I talk about the 5 qualities it takes for you to be a successful entrepreneur. I'm going to leave that training below. I do appreciate your time, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.